Hello, hello, hello. It's a review. Again, I don't know where to put this one. If you read the title or description, I'm talking about Madness. I call it Madness. Madness, and the album is Theatre of the Absurd presents C'est La Vie. It's a kind of a concept album. They've done it again. Madness are a band, British band, great British band. Started off, I guess, with the ska movement, two-tone, way back in the day. But as a kid, we took great delight looking forward to the next Madness video because there was always something, delightful to see. But their music wasn't all fun and games. It tackled social issues, all sorts of stuff. Again, the breadth of their writing is always enjoyable too. They kind of fizzled out in the mid to late 80s. They for a minute they were called The Madness, a bit like the Beatles, the Pink Floyd, the Cream. And then they went away, and then they came back again, and then they went away, and they came back again, and now they're back again of not being away. But yeah, so this is their 13th studio album, and it's been 7 years since Can't Touch Us, which feels like it was only yesterday. And the one before that, the CC Wee Wee Ya Ya Da Da one, and which again, those two albums, I wasn't. Anyway, so this came out of the blue. This was released last Friday. I listened to it last Friday, and I've been letting it percolate in my brain. And it's a concept album of sorts. It's bookmarked by some spoken pieces by Martin Freeman, of all people, the actor, best known as Bilbo. Or Arthur Dent, or that bloke in The Office. And he does these spoken monologues. Again, it's based in the theatre of the absurd. Again, it's a comment on life. It's a comment on where we are and the things that have happened recently. If you think of, just where we are. The strange place we are. I mean, again, there's one track called... where is it? I'm trying to find it. Lockdown and Frack Off, which kind of illustrates, where we are. But it's not got a distinct narrative like Norton Folgate. Norton Folgate, I think, is one of I think it's a really good album. It's the best album they did. Is it as good as Norton Folgate? No, it isn't. But it's in the same arena. And again, when I listened to this, I wasn't necessarily expecting much, but I was grabbed, and I was grabbed in the same way that the Norton Folgate album grabbed me. It was like, oh, what's going on here? And again, it's a comment on just the strange times in which we're living. Again, it starts off with this prologue by Freeman going into Theatre of the Absurd, which kind of lays out, where we're going with this record. Again, tracks like If I Go Mad. It's again where we're at. Everything feels off, and this is this album kind of doubles down and reiterates a lot of the feelings that maybe people of a certain age are feeling. Maybe younger people are feeling it too. And it's a very tight record. It's very tight, even though it's 57-ish, 56 minutes 46. The songs on it are really really tight. I think they're just. This is a problem. It's one of those. It's a good record where when there are good records, I just don't know what to say about them. I need there to be something for me to criticise. It's too long. There you go. It's easy. I'm in there. It's too long. Could have been 45 minutes. There, I've criticised a bit of it, but I got swept away with it. I thought it was really, really good. Baby Burglar is a track that again is a little bit unsettling. If I Go Mad's quite fun, you know, because it is about oddities, and again, c'est la vie. You know, that's life. It's where we're at. Sometimes you got to just, you know, let go of these things. And then things are a bit more on the nose with tracks like Lockdown and Frack Off, Beginner 101. And at the end, again, the funny thing is the very last track called In My Street. Again, for those of you who don't know, one of Madness's big hits is a song called Our House. Our house in the middle of our street, you know. And it's a big hit, and it's a very, very warm, glorious hymn to home. And this is the flip side to that. It's the last track on the album, and it's like, this is, you know, in my street, things are shit. You know, there have been bags of rubbish and stuff like that, but it's still my street. There's still a sense of ownership, even though things have gone a bit awry. And it's funny because it's the again, it's like the flip side to Our House at the end of it. And yeah, I mean, it's again, I think it's a record there's a lot in there. There's a lot in there, and I think, again, it was easy with Norton Folgate to review that one because I'd listened to it a lot over many years. You see, many years, and so it was easy to come to. I think this is a record that's gonna this is something you could keep going back to. You're gonna get a lot more from. It's deep. It's deep. I know it's madness, but I think there's a lot. I think it's a big mill. I think it works on many levels, and I think there's a lot of messages in there to process. But I think, yeah, I mean, go and check it out. It came out of the middle of nowhere. Because I wasn't. I mean, even though I followed them, I wasn't aware that there was an album coming. It was just, I was like, it was off my right. Again, you know, you go, oh, and I keep getting surprised by really good records, and it's just, you know, we've had the Blur album, the Manson era Mackay album. There's been some really great records that have come out of left field and completely bamboozled me, and it's kind of heartening. It restores my faith, you know. But, you know, it's not Norton Folgate, but I think it's got potential to be second or third. You know, I think it's, and again, and a band of this maturity. I'm being polite. For them to come back with something like this, you know, and there is a mixture, you know. It's a bit down, but there's bits that are up. It's up and down. I like that, and it kind of illustrates the moment in which we're living. We are living in the theatre of the absurd. We're living in strange times, strange, weird, unexplainable times. Yeah, and it's very much bad. It's very, very, again, very British, and good to hear them going. But it's very. I like the tightness of it. Again, I thought the production was really, really good. And again, they're borrowing from that almost musical, you know, way that there is like a prologue, an epilogue, and this narrator that's in it. They adopted that conceit for the live version of Norton Folgate that they videoed. So you're kind of revisiting that. But yeah, definitely give it a listen. Definitely give it a listen. Again, it's not going to be for everybody who's on this channel because they all want, was it wizards and capes and mellotrons? But this is, you know, this is them doing. Yeah, it is a concept album. It is. I'm going to say it is a concept album. But yeah, I think yeah. So I'm just pulled up the Wikipedia page, and somebody said it's a slow burner. It is. I think this has got a potential to be a real grower. You know what I'm saying? and there's plenty to dine on. You know, it's not as throwaway as you think it is. Again, the problem with Madness is they are associated with this, this kind of light pop stuff in their early career. Now things are getting a bit deeper. Like, again, it comes with maturity. So yeah, please check it out. It's got some really good tunes on it. I really like the tightness of it. Criticism, Suggs's voice is a little bit tight, but I think it's meant to be in some of the songs. You feel like but maybe he's acting it. You see, he sounds tired, but I think that might actually be the point. In other places, he doesn't, so maybe he's acting. But I thought the production was really good. I thought they were really, really dynamic. And like I said, my only criticism: 56 minutes is a bit long. But what the hell? I'm going to let them off, because I did enjoy it. I found it enjoyable, and it's just weird that we're getting some really. I keep getting blindsided by strong records. And yeah, so that's it. That's the review. Check it out. Oh, I forgot to do the thing I forgot to do Madness. Oh yeah, and the album sleeve is terrible. Bad Photoshop. That's the other criticism. This is Madness, Theatre of the Absurd with Sailor V. Maybe Theatre of the Absurd is just a banner. Maybe there's going to be a follow-up, Maybe it's a trilogy. I forgot to do that at the beginning. But yeah, the album sleeve's a bit pony. Someone was let loose with the Photoshop. But that's just a niggle. It's a niggle. Do check it out. Do give it a listen. It's on the streaming. That's where I got it. That's where I listened to it. And yeah, I thought it was thoroughly enjoyable. Thank you for watching. I'm about to sneeze, so I'm going to get out of here real quick. That was the review. There's only one more thing I've said. That's ta-ta.